Analyze the XRP charts, correlate it with past cycles, and look at the future direction XRP is heading into. What are we going to learn from this video? We are going to understand where the bottom of the XRP lies and where is the potential of XRP in the next cycle. The first question that comes to my mind is, where is XRP's bottom? But before that, that can be understood by plotting some lines on the chart. Let's see. XRP is clearly forming a triangle pattern, symmetric triangle pattern throughout its 8-year cycle. And coincidentally, the breakout and the touchdown is intersecting with each other. As you can see, in this symmetric pattern, XRP first goes down, then up, and then slowly it forms a resistance on this line and takes a breakout of this symmetric triangle. But once it moves up, it moves vertically and then it reaches its top and then it falls back again to the line to take support on this triangle. Now, what's the direction heading forward? That can be seen with some moving averages. As you can see, the 200 moving average, usually XRP prices take support on the 200 moving averages. Let's see over here, and 50 moving average as well. Coincidentally, XRP takes support at 200 moving average, and there is a resistance from the 50 days moving average. In the previous cycle, this resistance marked the top of the XRP hype cycle, and the downtrend started from this point. As you can see, the 50 days SMA, the prices tried to slam the 50 days moving SMA, but it was unable to go past it. And then we capitulated from that moment, taking support on the bottom of the triangle. Then we see a long grinding below these SMAs. And then once again, it takes support on the SMA, 50 days SMA. So once you overcome this SMA, you see a upward trend. And there is again a bear trap here. And then once this accumulates, it tries to move up in a very quick fashion. This time again, this cycle, XRP has a resistance, strong resistance from 50 days moving average. I believe that it will take support on the 200 days moving average and move forward accordingly. Now, how I look into the future, like what will be the price grinding that will take place? I think we will be seeing something very peculiar in this sense. Based on my observations, I feel that we'll be seeing something like this happen again in the next couple of years. So XRP this cycle may also follow the same pattern which it followed the past cycle. The initial pump, then there's a retracement, then it tries to reclaim those levels but fails, and then there is a slow grinding down until it reaches the 200 days SMA and breaks the 50 days SMA and tries to take support over here. Then we see a slow grinding till that SMA will divert downwards, and we'll see the same pattern forming in the next few years. So if XRP follows the same pattern, we may see a lot of grinding work, and then there is a good opportunity to do averaging out your buying positions here. But before we look into that, let's expand this chart and see where exactly the bottom of the XRP prices are. Let's reduce the T's. I usually like to go with the wave counts and some other trading indicators that we can see. Here we can clearly observe that this is a unique resistance that has been created on top of the market, and there is a weakness in the market that can be seen with lower tops and the same bottom. So basically what it's trying to do is trying to break it. First attempt, second attempt, third attempt, and at the fourth attempt it was successful, and then we see a large capitulation which breaks the 50 days SMA when it tried to reclaim it. And then we see that it is not able to reclaim back the levels. It tries to, there is a bull trap here, and then it capitulate again and try to slam back on the symmetric triangle line. Now, where exactly the bottom of the market or bottom of XRP is, I believe that it's following same. I believe that this is a five waves down, and uniquely it violates the five wave rule because fourth wave cannot be upper than first wave. But XRP has been seen previously to break this Elliott wave theories, so it's we can count on this, but there is some exception in XRP charts because it's so unique behavior. I will I will explore on the unique behavior of XRP in the coming in the next point. But before that, let's study what are the five waves going down. So there are like five waves going down. After that, we see an ABC retracement. This is a flat ABC retracement that has happened. After that, again three waves down, and I believe that it's trying to reclaim the fourth thing. It may, based on the unique XRP patterns, it may go up and try to reclaim this level, but due to the 50 days SMA, it will slam back, and there will be again a short sell that will happen, which will exactly take it to the line that we are supposed to take support on. After this fifth wave, I believe XRP will move into some accumulation phase where I don't know exactly how it will go, but maybe similar to patterns that we observed in the previous cycle. Similar to this pattern may also happen. So there will be a long grinding that happens, and then we can see some price actions. Let's go back and study how usually XRP behaves in bull markets and bear markets. XRP is a very unique chart that I have observed. It exactly moves with the market but doesn't follow its usual trends. XRP, I've always seen XRP going vertically up in a huge pump, and then once the pump is done, we see a slow grinding till the bottoms. Similarly, it last cycle it happened such that it went up vertically, and then we see a large grinding moment till it bottomed out. Interestingly, this was capped due to SEC lawsuit, but still we observed such kind of patterns. In this cycle, there was no restriction, and it was XRP is one of the most outperforming asset in this cycle at least. It went from here, vertical moment till here, and what's coming, I feel, is a similar grinding fashion. Once it bottoms out, we'll see a parallel grinding winter, which happened in here. Next, I want to discuss exactly the bottom of XRP and where do I think XRP is heading into. But before that, for price targets, I usually like to follow the market cap charts. Market cap charts are pretty interesting. They give us inflationary adjusted price targets. So, what's basically happening here is I usually like to see price targets based on Fibonacci retracements, as XRP usually tries to play around between these targets. As you can see, this is a greater resistance. It tried to slam back two times, and the third time it failed and it tried to take support on the 200 days moving average. So, based on this, I feel that we are going to see the In the next cycle, we are going to see the top of XRP somewhere around this, which is $520 billion, or let's say $530 billion. But I have done some calculations. For example, the inflation rate of XRP is 6%. Over 5 to 6 years, 60 billion XRPs will get converted to 80 billion XRPs, which will be the free float in the market. So if we do 530 by 80, it's around 6.5 per XRP. So if I go back to the price chart, I believe the next target of XRP will be 6.5 euro dollars. So I believe the next price target of XRP will be $6.5. Yeah, I know that it's not 10, 15 or $20, but if you adjust it with inflation, it's around 6.5, which makes it a return. Let's say if we average out here, it's a return of 300% from its current position, which is not bad. But if you have to wait for 5 years, you can take that into consideration how much profit you are generating from that. But again, this is not immediate returns. You have to wait for the bottom to play out and the grinding motion to play out before you see such kind of moments, because in XRP chart, as I've discussed, historically it never slowly grinds up. It's always moves into vertical up motion, and then there is a greater accumulation happening over a period of time. It's pretty interesting to see that XRP always have very shorter bull markets than bear markets. So it has a bear market of I, I, I think at least 3.5 years and a bull market of 1 year. Exactly what is similar pattern is observed in this cycle. We get a 250 days bull market and maybe around 3.5 or 4 years of bear market yet to come. So based on that, you can make your own decisions how you like to move forward. I have presented you what are my price targets for XRP based on my analysis, and obviously this is pure analysis and it's not a financial advice to buy some asset. Always make your informed decisions and always try to see the exceptions into the market, and don't always go on hopium that YouTubers provide. Always do your own research and be confident when you move forward with the decision. Okay, if you like the video, like, comment, and share the video. And if you like what I'm presenting, please subscribe to the channel. See you later.